What, this is a very sensitive question. I'm a little nervous to ask it.
Go
I'd
for
like
it.
you to be honest. What can I do better as someone who is your husband? And I want to know, but I also know that there are a lot of people living with people with chronic pain. And what's helpful, what's not helpful.
You've actually gotten a lot better. So I think, not nagging. You don't do that. But I think for other people out there who has a spouse, not nagging them or thinking that they're lazy. I feel bad asking you, and we've had kids make comments that someone called you the more laid back parent, which is hilarious. Anyone that knows us, I don't think
laid back is not what people would say about me.
No,
which is unfortunate because Australia is supposed to be a country peopled with laid back souls.
But it's okay. I'm not laid back either. But what she meant was you don't ask her to do things. And I overly ask everyone to do things. And I'm not always good at communicating why. Like, especially if it's like, hey, would you do this? Like, would you refill the kettle? Like, I feel like I'm the only one, that beautiful Russian tea kettle, I'm the only one that refills it. And on a good day, I can do it. But on a bad day, that water pitcher, it hurts so bad to pick it up. So picking it up from the pantry and walking through the dining room and then holding it as I'm pouring, there's something about it hurts so bad. And so when I ask someone to do that, it's like.
So that's one thing I could do better, is just to be like, yes, darling. Not complain, not.
Yeah, that's great. And I think you do like help with the kitchen and like groceries. Like I pretty much rely on groceries getting delivered. Like I've gotten to the point where I'm like, it's okay that Kroger doesn't know the difference between an apple and a kiwi. I'm ordering some type of fruit. I'm going to get the worst bruised fruit, but they bring it to my door and I don't need to go in. There's something about it's so exhausting. And I've gotten to the point where I've had to use those like electric wheelchair things in the store, but you can't do it here because they're all broken and horrible. Like I tried one day and I was like using it and it like died on me. And I'm like, all right, now I'm going to get up and walk. So I look like a really lazy person. And it's like, what is that chick doing? She was going to use it. It's like, nah, I can walk better. So I get up and walk around. Or same with like, I'll park. I don't always park in the handicap, but I have a handicap pass. And on bad days, I park in handicap. But sometimes I think I'm having a good day. But then by the time I'm done walking around the store to walk back to a normal spot, like it's too far. It's exhausting. Like I've sat on things in the store and been like, all right, I just need to regain my strength to get back out there. So you run into the store for me is huge, carrying, lifting big things.
Because I think why it's good to have you say this is when you live with somebody who's in constant pain, it's difficult to hear them afresh. Like I feel like sitting here with you, I am hearing you maybe for the first time in a long time. Because when you're in pain for like 16 years of our marriage, it's like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but eventually it kind of just becomes like the background kind of noise.
Yeah.
Not that it's not important, but it's like, yeah, I know you're in pain. Like I know. It's like when someone's always sick, and I'm sure that's so difficult for people who are constantly sick, is because they want to convey how they're feeling, but when they've been saying it for so long, it's not that the person doesn't believe them. It's just like, yeah, I know. Like I know you're sick, but it's like you're trying to communicate something new with the same language of ow.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
what's
fair.
that like? And how can people like me who live with people with chronic pain do a better job?
I think talking to me, like this is good. This is good to have the conversation. You don't have to talk to your spouse that suffers with lights and cameras and everyone on YouTube, but just having this conversation I think is huge. And then not trying to get other people to do what is my job. Like this is something that it's helpful, but then it's also not helpful. So like hiring cleaners, I appreciate that. Like that is good. You work harder. We pay someone to come in and clean the house once a week. That is good, but it's a lot on me to tidy the house before they come. And we've had that conversation and you've gotten better about like, okay, before I go to work, what can I do? Okay, so pick up, tidy, so then they can come in and clean. But I think sometimes you're like, we just need someone here every day to help you. And I'm like, I don't want that. Like I want you to help me. I want the kids to help me. I don't want to, and I do, we just hired someone else. We've had helpers that have come in and helped. That's humbling and really hard. And oftentimes I don't want more of that. I just want you to understand and be okay. Like I used to always try to make the bed for you because I knew you felt loved by that. That's energy I don't have right now. So I don't make the bed. You do, which is great. Thank you.
I usually do it at 5 p.m. when I come home from work, and then we get into bed.
Yeah, because I'm still in bed by the time you get out of bed.
No, that's not what I meant. Oh, I see.
No, but that's true too.
Yeah.
So there is something too where I have nights where my pain is just so much, or I have GI issues and I don't sleep. And for some reason I can sleep. Well, last night I just was up all night, and sometimes that happens, but I feel like I almost hit a deep sleep, not till like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So like
tough.
5 to 8 or 9, I actually have a decent sleep.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you just got up and schooled the kids more quickly. And I'm like, yeah, but I can't, because I can't function.
Yeah.
And like, I need to move slow in the morning. Like, it's not just me. Like, I used to think it's me lazy or I'm not a morning person. But now that I have all these diagnoses and I've done research, I'm like, oh, yeah, I need to move slow because my body's not functioning yet. I need to have things in place like my compression socks or like a brace or like my foot insoles or whatever, you know? And I need to go slow because I need my body to slowly get working. And it's not laziness. And not that you're saying it's laziness, but I think it's easy to look and be like, you're just being lazy. Like, just get up and go more quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think communicating is huge, because this doesn't just affect my body and what I normally do. Like, there's so many facets to it, right? Like, it affects like the most intimate of our relationships, which is so hard, and it affects the house, it affects the kids, and I think it's especially hard when I was like, yeah, I've been sick on and off a lot. I've done a lot of different hospital stays. But I used to have high energy and I used to get a lot done. And I think, I don't know, we became accustomed to that. And so I think that you probably do have an expectation of me. And I think you have had to change that over the last couple of years. And you've been great with that. But yeah, I think just...
Yeah, it is hard. I think, another day we'll have to have a discussion about those who are living with people who are dealing with these things, because I think this is what's so, you're right, it does affect all different, it affects so much, right? And I think the person who's living with the person in chronic pain, they have to try to deal with living with somebody in chronic pain, but they feel like a bastard because they're not the one in pain, so they shouldn't be the one asking, how do I do this? Like, how do I rethink how marriage looks and how raising kids looks and how the house should look and how I can't go on a walk with my wife, or how I can't, like, that's hard.
Yeah.
But to complain about it just seems like you're an awful human being.
That's also the cross. Like, that's your cross.
I know. But I wonder, are there places for people to get together to see, because I think what won't work is for people like me or people living with someone with chronic pain to be like, yeah, I just have to offer this up. Yes, you do have to offer it up, but you also need people to show you how to do that. And so I hope that there are places where, I'm not even really sure if there are, where it's like, how do I be a better husband to someone like this? How do I be a better father, a better brother, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe there are men with chronic pain. I guess obviously there are. Yeah. Whenever I hear about it, it seems to be women. But like, how do I, like, yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense. And I think it's good to ask the question, and even the fact that you are asking the question, but like, this is part of our marriage vows in sickness and in health. Yeah. I am so sorry that sickness was like so much bigger than the health. I feel like will you take her in sickness and health?
Yeah.
And even like our honeymoon, like that's when I like our honeymoon phase was over so quickly because I was good and then I got really sick.
Yeah, but you make up for all the ways that you might lack physically. You know what I mean? Like, you're really cool.
Thanks.
Yeah. This has not been difficult. It's been difficult. For sure it's been difficult.
Yeah.
But like, on a good day, I wouldn't trade any of it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Please like if you liked, and if you loved, subscribe.